Alright, it is time to talk about that game. The game that starts with the letter P. Can you guess what it is? That's right, Palworld. Wait, no. Wait, Palworld? No. Hold on. Ah, that's what it is. Palworld. That's what it is. Alright. Welcome one and all. I am your Statistax. If you aren't subbed and you enjoy Palworld, get subbed. We got Palworld content coming. Now obviously this video is a lot of my experience because, well, I'm the one talking. So I have a unique perspective, I think, to start with this game because when I started playing this game, I pretty much immediately joined my friend's guild, and he'd already been playing the game for a few days or so. So basically I joined into someone's world where they already had a lot of stuff built and a lot of the process already going on. And by the process, I mean the settlement management. I had a lot of stuff already built and set up and just things going that I didn't understand. But what's funny is I didn't care because honestly I am not a huge survival craft fan, so I didn't expect to like this game nearly as much as I do, but I am absolutely addicted and obsessed with this game, which I have a story that I'll get to in a minute on that. But why my perspective of this game seems like, at least in my opinion, unique is because I didn't have a lot of experience for the longest time with the building and management and all that stuff that Palworld does so well. I was so excited to get into the fighting and I saw the trailers and I saw pals with guns and all this stuff and I was like, I want that. I want that experience. I want it now. So I was all about it. I hardly spent time in the base. I was going out there. I was attacking. I was fighting, I was catching, and it was the most addicting gameplay loops I've experienced probably since Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is funny because I really loved Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I wanted future Pokemon games to go in that direction, take that formula and evolve it. It felt like a prototype to something great, and Palworld is the evolution of it. It's so funny because I was thinking Scarlet and Violet. I was so excited for Scarlet and Violet. It flopped. I didn't even end up buying it, but it just wasn't what I wanted. It felt like it undid a lot of what I thought Arceus did great. And then come to find out, this game that looks like it would be a Pokemon ripoff and a joke and a meme around the internet turns out to be exactly what I wanted after playing Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's exactly what I wanted and more. I think the only thing it's missing is that soundtrack that slaps so hard from Arceus. You know what it is? It's like that doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. I would play it, but I'm probably gonna get destroyed by Nintendo if I play any of their music, so I avoid it like the plague. But back to what I was saying is the gameplay of this game, it reminds me so much of Arceus because it has that dynamic of going out into the wild, seeing the pal you want, and then, just getting your sphere ready and throwing it at them, trying to catch them, the entertaining gameplay loop of am I going to get it, am I going to get it, seeing it, going after it, seeing it, fighting it, killing it. It's just what an incredible game. This game is so much fun. And then what I actually appreciate, I wish it had a little bit more music, but I really appreciate that it keeps the game ambient for the most part. Outside of combat. Combat is pretty much the only time music really kicks in this game. And other than that, when you're just exploring the world, it's very ambient. It's like a lot of nature's sound and stuff. It's great. I really appreciate it. I appreciate when a game knows to just kind of lay off the music and let you kind of just enjoy what's in front of you. Now, in the beginning of the game, I think I was like, okay, yeah, this is a game, whatever. But as I got into the progression of it and I started understanding oh, okay, you make your weapons. Oh, okay, there's a research tree, kind of like Ark, and you have to, get to certain levels to be able to craft things. And so I think the level where I really started to enjoy the game was when I got a bow, because then not only could I attack the pals out in the wild and kind of start the fight and everything a lot easier from a distance, distance, I eventually got more into the weaponry and everything, and I just feel like once I started getting that stuff, because I was so like into the idea of killing pals and being a menace and stuff, I feel like once I got to the point where I could have weapons and I didn't have to go up to them and punch them, which is still funny, but I was kind of a low level, so I wanted to have an easier time in combat. So, you know, using my pal to fight and then also being able to attack from a distance to some extent really helped me out and made the game more enjoyable for me while I wasn't into the building and settlement management and stuff, and my friend was kind of handling that side of it a lot of the time, and I was kind of mooching off of him, to be honest, for a while, until I started to get a grip on the game. Now, this is what's funny, is my learning curve was so different from majority of players that have played this game. They're gonna follow the beginning tutorial and do all those things. I kind of was jumping around. I was, I learned how to craft and build things and manage a settlement when I needed to. I really didn't follow the tutorial all that much. I pretty much just annoyed the hell out of my friends and asked a ton of questions and learned things as I needed to get what I wanted that was right in front of me. But I think that's one of my favorite things about this game, is how off the leash you are from start to finish. You can jump around and do whatever the hell you want. I really went off the leash, and I was probably like, I had no right in catching this thing, but I was like whatever level it is to get hyper spheres, and I caught a jet dragon. I feel like I can't even catch it without, I totally can't catch it without.
Oh. Oh.
What the fuck? I am so stunned. I just caught a legendary level 50, and I'm only level 30. I'm 20 levels under leveled for that, because the dynamic gameplay is so amazing, and you don't have to fight the pals you want to catch. You can sneak around and throw it at their back, and you get what's called a back bonus, which makes it so if you tried to throw a sphere at their face, you're gonna have, I don't know, say a 2% chance, maybe a 1% chance, something like that, if they're full health especially, versus if you go around and hit them in the back with it, you might have like a 5, 7, 10% chance. And so I'd have to check back the film, but I could not believe I caught the jet dragon, a level 50 jet dragon at level like 27 or something, almost half of its level. And I think I had like less than a 1% chance. And it only took me like 3 or 4 spheres, I'm pretty sure. I have to check back the film to make sure. I'll put it on screen for you for sure. But I just could not believe that I caught it. I was in such disbelief. So the game, it does try to keep you on a path of that steady curve of growth in the game, and it's a good one overall. I think that if you leave everything normal in the settings, and this game is very tunable, by the way, but if you leave everything normal in the settings, the XP rate and everything, I think around like 35-ish, 30, something like that, I feel like leveling up becomes a real slogfest. But overall, I do feel like the experience is a very solid one. The learning curve, the curvature at which you progress in leveling up, and your research tree and everything, I think it's really great. One thing I still don't understand is that when you level up, you get stat points, and you can put them into these categories of health, stamina, I can't remember the rest of them for the life of me, there's weight, and one of them that shows up is defense, but you can't spec into it, and I don't understand that. It kind of bothers me that it's there, but you can't spec into it at all with your stat points. I don't get it. I don't know why why is it there? I don't get it. And that's the thing. The game is not perfect. It's not by any means. And that's something that's really funny to me, is this game is absolutely exploding with player base, but it's by no means a perfect game. It's got plenty of bugs to go around and glitches and all sorts of things that, can definitely interrupt your experience. I quit the game and joined back, and I was on a mountain, and then suddenly I was in the mountain when I joined back. was underground and stuck in a wall and had to fight my way out. My friend literally bought 32 gigs of RAM just to try to get some better performance out of this game, but it's only temporary better performance because it has a memory leak issue. So, this game has issues. If you're playing with 4 people and you're the host and you got 16 gigs of RAM, good luck, because this game, it eats it up. And yeah, it's not, the smoothest experience, but the game is fun. And that's the thing. That's what I love about it, is doesn't matter. It doesn't need to have the best story, the best performance, the best of anything. It's just a fun game at its core. That is it. The gameplay is fun, the interactions, the map, everything. Exploring this map is so much fun. But the thing is like, I questioned it because I'm like, why is this so fun? It's an empty map. Not empty, but it's wilderness, it's woods, it's tundras, it's desert, it's, it has different biomes, but it's not filled with stuff. It's not like a Fallout exploration where you're going through buildings and, you stumble upon some exciting stuff. Like, it's not like that. It's fun, I think, because you don't know what you're gonna find in the next area you go to. The map is all blacked out when you look at it as you start, and you start exploring and you uncover more of the map. And as you uncover more of the map, you're gonna uncover new areas with new pals to discover. And that's the thing, is it's kind of that, that Pokedex in this game, pal deck experience of, let me try to find every pal. And I think that's what makes the exploration so much fun. Yes, you can get good loot. The chests they can have decent stuff, that it's nothing that's gonna blow your socks off most of the time, but they can have some pretty decent stuff, so they're fun and exciting to find occasionally. And then what's really exciting to find is the eggs, and you can basically find eggs, put them in incubators, and then it's almost like not to put a negative connotation on it, but like a loot box. Like, you don't know what you're going to get from it, to some extent, because it's a scorching egg, which is, fire, a verdant egg, so it's a leaf pal. It's all these little things that keep exploration so much fun. And then you're saying to yourself, oh man, I really need to start leveling up. You just go out and kill shit. You go out and fight. And it's just sounds so simple, but it works and it's fun, and that's all that matters. And as of the time of recording this, my friend keeps being like, dude, you're like, saying, joking about it, but saying like I'm cheating and all this crap, because there's people online that think that the catch rate is bugged out because there's these things called, I keep calling them the wrong thing, and now I don't remember what to actually call them. Lifmunk, I think that's the name, Lifmunk effigies, that you go to these statues with, that you can build in your camp, and then you can actually buff your catch rate permanently. And there's no proof as of this recording, but people are trying to say that the catch rate is bugged and that the effigies actually make your capture rate worse. And people have posted videos, but like, that could just be bad RNG. Jumping in here at a later date, they actually put out a patch between me talking and editing the video. So here I am letting you all know that they fixed an issue where, although the displayed capture probability increased when the capture power was strengthened with Lifmunk effigies, the capture probability did not actually increase at all due to an internal processing bug. But here's a strange thing that I ran into after this update really quick. I just want to mention this, and y'all can let me know if you have experienced a similar thing down below. Basically, prior to this patch, and I'm pretty sure I have film. If I do, I'll dig it up and put it on screen. But I tried catching Jetragon with a 1.62% chance, I believe that was the number, and that was prior to the patch. Now I have a 1% chance after the patch, and I've raised my Lifmunk effigy 8. And prior to the patch, it was 7. So I don't know why my capture rate would be displaying lower. If anybody can have an answer for me, let me know down below. I was a little confused about it, but anyways, back to the video. So anyways, back to my story. What I was saying is, my friend says that I cheat because I've caught a Jetragon when I was way under leveled. I have caught 2 other legendaries now. So I only have 1 legendary left to catch, and I'm under leveled for all of it. I'm only level 38 right now, and all the legendaries are level 50. So I'm pretty sure, if it's to be believed, there's 4 legendaries in the game, and I've caught 3 of the 4 while I'm wildly underleveled. I guess my luck is just really good in this game right now because I have like, usually it says like a 1% chance or something to catch them, and I just keep spamming that back bonus and I get it. So there's a little tip and trick for all you Palworld players out there. I don't know if they're gonna update it because it's kind of funny, because if you do the back bonus where you throw the sphere at the pal, they don't get mad when they get out. Like, they don't just get mad, they just continue on with their stroll around in circles, and so you can just keep throwing it at them. They pop out, they're fine, you throw it again, they pop out, until you catch it. And that's what I did for three legendaries so far. But yeah, so I have like, you know, pals that are overpowered for my level, so I'm like fighting things that are much above my level because these things just absolutely carry me. And where some would say that's boring, fine, you don't have to do it. I did it, and it's fun as hell to me. And that's what's great, is everybody plays the way they want, and it ruins nobody else's experience, because the boss fights, can't believe I haven't gotten to this yet, the boss fights, the dungeons, you can go in separately, you can go in together. You can do it together, you can do it separately, and then it has a cooldown of like an hour, and then you can go do a boss fight again. The dungeons are really cool because they actually move around. They have a timer, and when that timer runs down, it's not a timer of a cooldown, it's a timer of it until it moves to a different area. So it's just this like black hole thing that you'll walk in through as a door, but eventually it'll just disappear and be a rock wall or something, and it'll have moved somewhere else. So I really, really love that. I think it's really cool. I love the RNG in this game, the way everything works. I love the boss fights. It's definitely a good XP grind if you discover enough bosses and you're, you know, leveled enough to be able to keep going around fighting bosses. Just do that. That's a good XP grind. And to go back, the breeding experience, the incubators, the eggs, that is one of the most addicting things ever. Just, you know, putting two pals in the breeding farm and seeing what you'll get when you breed two of them. Like, I really tried not to look up what you get from breeding what, because it's so addicting to just go back to the farm, grab the egg, put it in an incubator, and then maybe like an hour later, depending on what kind of egg you get, because there's regular ones and then there's large and huge, and I don't know if there's bigger ones than that, but they all take certain amounts of time depending on all that different stuff. And it's just so exciting to go back and see what you get. It's like Christmas Day with pal eggs. So anyways, that's my experience, that's my thoughts. I absolutely love this game. I'm obsessed, and it basically took me away from Persona 3 Reload. I said the weekend it came out that I was gonna kick off the weekend and pretty much spend the whole time just playing Persona 3 Reload, and it ended up being Palworld instead. So I have a whole other game to get to and play and hopefully come back to you guys and talk about. So let me know what you think about Palworld. How much are you enjoying it? Are you still playing it? What level are you? Where are you at? Did you just get it? Are you considering getting it? If you're considering it, if you're on the fence, I'd say it's worth it. Even with all the early access, like little bugs and, you know, issues, I'd say it's worth it. I don't think it's going to go much cheaper than it is now. It's probably only going to increase in value as the early access progresses and it gets to a full launch. So that's my thoughts. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, get subbed. You know what to do with the like button, all that stuff. Let me hear your experiences down below, and I can't wait to hear from all of you. Have a good one. Peace.